Hi everyone, hope you're well. Once again, transmitting to you alone tonight because you know what? Last episode just didn't work audio wise, and I thought Kamala Harris, the Democratic presidential nominee for the 2024 election, surely deserves at least one deep dive into her speech without half her audio lost in the ether. So, different recording style tonight. Hope it works out. Let's go immediately to the speech.
Good morning. Please have a seat. Please have a seat. If you have a seat, please have a seat. And I want to begin by saying a few words about our President Joe Biden. You know, right? Yeah. So last night, our president addressed the nation. He thinks and talks about his work and our country, understanding what it means in terms of what we do now and how that will impact the future. He thinks about our history in the context of the importance of the work we do now. You exist in the context of all in which you live and what came before you.
Now, colloquially, these are known as Kamalaisms, and they, of course, exist in the context of all that came before them. And what else is there to say, really, that Kamala hasn't said? God bless Joe Biden.
And I know we are all deeply, deeply grateful for his continued service to our nation. Thank you. Thank you. And to the members of AFT, I thank you for your service to our nation.
Finally, let's go.
Today, we face a choice between two very different visions for our nation. One focused on the future, and the other focused on the past. A future where no child has to grow up in poverty, where every senior can retire with dignity, and where every worker has the freedom to join a union.
Yeah, I have to say it brings a tear to my eye to hear one of the two nominees for the highest office of arguably the most important country in the world talking so warmly of unions. I'm so glad Kamala is continuing with Biden's shtick. I genuinely am. Hope it translates into more votes, more seats, and most importantly, more action.
We see a future with affordable health care, affordable child care, and paid leave, not for some, but for all. We see a future where every student has the support and the resources they need to thrive, and a future where no teacher has to struggle with the burden of student loan debt. So as an example, our administration has forgiven student loan debt for nearly 5 million Americans, and twice as much for our public servants, including our teachers.
It should be equal for all, and by that I mean no fucking debt for anyone who wants to get further educated. It's a disgrace deep down. Even the old decrepit conservative fucks on Fox News who paid, as Bernie would say, about 3 nickels for their good education know it. They know it, they're just paid not to say it. Anyway, as Saint Biden would say.
As we work to build a brighter future and to move our nation forward, there are those who are really trying to take us backward. And you, I'm sure, have seen their agenda, Project 2025. Randy, can you believe they put that thing in writing?
Randy cannot believe this shit.
900 pages in writing.
Oh, that's why, because nobody ain't reading that. That's War and Peace level of word volume. I get it. That's why they're so brazen about it.
So Project 2025 is a plan to return America to a dark past Donald Trump and his extreme allies want to take our nation back to failed trickle-down economic policies, back to union busting, back to tax breaks for billionaires. Donald Trump and his allies want to cut Medicare and Social Security, to stop student loan forgiveness for teachers and other public servants. And I say to AFT, they even want to eliminate the Department of Education.
Good delivery so far.
He intends to give tax breaks to billionaires and big corporations and make working families foot the bill. And he intends to end the Affordable Care Act. Now, you know, America has tried these failed economic policies before. But we are not going back. We are not going back.
Oh, good to have you with us, Comrade Harris.
And one of the best ways to keep our nation moving forward is to give workers a voice, to protect the freedom to organize, to defend the freedom to collectively bargain, to end union busting. But there is more that we must do. President Joe Biden and I promised to sign the PRO Act into law, and I promise you I will keep that promise.
Ladies and gentlemen, I promise you from the bottom of my heart that after someone writes and introduces this bill in the House, after 1 billion special interests carve their way through it, after Haskovit's former self manages to pass through the House, and after the whole process repeats itself again in the Senate, I promise you, I promise that I will put my beautiful signature right there at the bottom and make it motherfucking law. Thank you. Thank you. My point being, of course, that signing that would be so, so great, but getting that bill to the president's desk is the real hurdle.
You may not be a union member, but you should thank unions, and I'm looking to the cameras in the back of the room. Not them, but the people who might be watching.
Hi, Kamala.
You may not be a union member, but thank unions for the 5-day work week, for the 8-hour workday. Thank unions for sick leave and paid family leave and vacation time. Because the fact is, unions helped build America's middle class. And when unions are strong, America is strong.
Comrade Harris is up and fucking running, and I want her to keep on this path 100%. No deviations, comrade. And just to note, my spirit of fairness compels me to say that she's speaking to a union. So of course the speech is gonna be more pro-union-y. But still, it's good. You wouldn't catch Trump dead speaking like that about unions, unless, of course, it was a police union.
In this moment across our nation, we witness a full-on attack on hard-won, hard-fought freedoms. While you teach students about democracy and representative government, extremists attack the sacred freedom to vote. While you try to create safe and welcoming places where our children can learn, extremists attack our freedom to live safe from gun violence. They have the nerve to tell teachers to strap on a gun in the classroom, while they refuse to pass common sense gun safety laws. And while you teach students about our nation's past, these extremists attack the freedom to learn and acknowledge our nation's true and full history, including book bans. Book bans in this year of our Lord 2024.
Nice. Democrats should go on the offensive more often. As Master Sun said, the best defense is a good offense. And there really is so much to attack. For one, ask him which insane asylum houses all these great late Hannibal Lecters he keeps fucking talking about. These are very weird, deeply offensive people, in every sense of the word.
In this moment, we are in a fight for our most fundamental freedoms. And to this room of leaders, I say, bring it on. Bring it on. Bring it on. So we are in the fight. We who believe in the freedom to vote will pass the John Lewis Voting Rights Advancement Act and the Freedom to Vote Act. We who believe in the freedom to live safe from gun violence will pass an assault weapons ban. We who believe that every American should be free from bigotry and hate will fight to protect our teachers and our students from discrimination and make sure every student can learn America's history. And we who believe in reproductive freedom will restore the freedom of a woman to make decisions about her own body and not have her government telling her what to do.
Amen.
That's right, bring it on.
Look, I like Kamala's Trump speech. First of all, I'm deeply grateful it's not a Trump feature-length film. That is extremely appreciated. Short, sweet, to the point. Leaning on the working class message, lean more on it. She's already started doing it. Pick a good running mate, and with a bit of luck, I can see it. Why will she need luck against an opponent like Trump? Because she has two main weaknesses that she will find hard to address. I'm sure you know them. The inflation experienced during the Biden-Harris administration and immigration. Those are her two biggest weaknesses. She's also spoken bit of tangent just before I'm off. She also spoke with Bibi and then she spoke to the media to tell us that she did good. It sounds like she was a little better than Biden. It's not exactly Pedro Sanchez, so don't expect the liberation of Palestinians, but let me remind you that the other guy is 2000% pro-Israel, so our options are very limited on that front. Oh, and fresh off the presses, Obama has just endorsed Kamala. And not just Obama, but Michelle as well.
Kamala!
Hello. Hi.
Hey there!
Oh, hi, you're both together. Oh, it's good to hear you both.
I can't have this phone call without saying to my girl Kamala, I am proud of you. This is going to be historic.
We called to say Michelle and I couldn't be prouder to endorse you and to do everything we can to get you through this election and into the Oval Office.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, Michelle is back in the game.